Hello, everybody, and welcome to the second podcast episode of Let's Talk About It. Okay, today, guys, last week I amped up the special guests, and we have one now.
You have the pinch server. Like,
What?
You need somebody to clutch up. I come through.
No, Dillon's so excited.
I'm amped.
No, guys, we have Dillon on today. So,
Hi, guys.
for context, if
Hi, Dan, in particular. I love you. Why are you laughing? That wasn't a joke.
close to the microphone.
I'm close to the microphone.
So, Dan, that was a special shout out for you. Happy Valentine's Day from Dillon.
Oh my gosh, it's Valentine's Day soon.
Yeah, guys, when this comes out, it'll be 2 more days till Valentine's Day. Seriously, everyone get amped and
See you then, Dan.
get your person flowers. Be a nice gal or guy. Anyways, or get yourself flowers. So, here we are, Dillon.
Yeah.
Dillon, who are you in relation to me? Let's for those who don't know. We're just
Those who don't know, I'm just some guy that I Ramapo.
that
I date Michelle. I rock climb. Man of many trades.
mhm.
That's it.
All
That's
around
all I
her.
got. All rounder.
He's pretty cool.
Okay, what's
We'll have some speechless.
what's the
All right,
what's the
guys.
topic?
So now that you know Dillon, we're going to head right in. So on today's episode, we are going to be talking about the topic. Dillon doesn't know the topic yet,
I don't know the topic.
and I'm very excited. So it is, what time period would you rather live in for like a week? So if you
week?
had a week and you were going to live in a time period, what would it be? So now here. So my first question, all right? Would you consider yourself like an old soul? Like you like
No, I don't. I honestly don't think I do. I feel like send me any farther past like I don't know the 1990s, 1980s, I'll die on the streets. Like my immune system is not built for
no, it's
like 100
not.
years ago we didn't have toilets or like plumbing. There was like E. coli and like malaria just like riddling the streets.
No, you're so right. Right. Okay, but so like you're going back unnoticed, okay?
I'd notice.
Like you're going back like unnoticed and taking count, all right? Music of the time.
Music
The
of the
clothes. So
time.
we'll start with music. Music wise, where would you go back to?
I like music here. I don't know. I don't want to go back in time. I feel like.
But
I
yes,
that's
but yes
scary.
you do. But yes you do. And for the
I would say like, I mean, it has to be like the 90s or like the 80s, right?
90s rock.
Any further
eat.
back, it's like only Frank Sinatra and like some like everybody just has a deep, bubbly voice, and I feel like that would get really annoying real quick. Also, you wouldn't have any place to like play it on. Like you wouldn't have the music of the past times because like you're gonna get like a phonograph.
No, like if you pick like the like 40s, you got like the jukebox. No, that's 50s. You got a record player. You can play all your records. So you can take them back with you. Play like MF Doom in the 50s. You know, like you feel me?
Oh, actually, I know where I'd go.
Where'd
I
you
know where
go?
I would go to like the 1700s, like France, and bring just like oh my gosh, what's something that would like for just a gun,
Dylan!
like an actual gun.
They had muskets with
Yeah,
like spears.
or like an air horn.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, if you bring an air like imagine like you're in France, peasants are dying on the streets, like
Right.
they're
Imagine.
all like they're getting ready to storm the capital for one of their like 50 revolutions because that's what France does, and like everybody's going like bananas and dying on the streets and you just have an air horn, like what do they do?
To be honest, I feel like that could be kind of funny. You know, like we're like in Boston, right? And it's like the Boston, like the first shot. You know, the shot heard around the world. It's like the first. It was in Boston. It was like,
It's
I
part of the
bring an air
revolution.
horn and I go, stop.
Yeah.
No. We don't do
Or,
that. No. Or no. George Washington is crossing the river. And
No,
I bring in,
that would ruin it.
and I go,
Dude.
and I go, nope, he's right there, guys. He's right there.
Dude, I'm imagining like
No, or
like,
wait,
you're on the
hold
boat,
on.
You're on the boat, and it's like everything's like really quiet. And they're like, guys, we're gonna like get the British by surprise. And the British were like having their fucking like Christmas or whatever. Can I not curse?
Keep it PG.
Okay, we'll bleep it out. Bleep it out.
I'll bleep it out. I'll bleep it out.
And like the British are having their like Christmas dinner, and then like all of a sudden they just hear.
No, guys. Okay, I have a new one. It's Paul Revere, and pretend I am Paul Revere. And the British are coming, and I just fog the air horn. No, that'd be kind of funny. Well, okay. So next question.
Yeah.
Clothing. Where would you go back? Like clothing.
90s. All my answers are gonna be the 90s. I think.
Okay, so I think that's your cumulative answer.
My cumulative answer would be the 90s. For the bit factor of what would be the funniest, like I bring like a jukebox back to like some Victorian era child. Like, what's he gonna do? I play like what's like a creed like?
You play Steely Dan.
Like any punk.
And he
rock,
goes nuts.
Any punk rock, screamo music.
No, you play Metallica.
If I bring Metallica back to Victorian era child, I think he would throw up on the spot.
Okay, should we divert the question and talk about what would make a Victorian child go into a coma? Let's talk about that. Now.
I think things that would make a Victorian era child go into a coma. A talkie. Just a talkie.
Oh, you're so real for that. Wait. I think. Okay, wait. I just think like the like a like I don't. Okay, wait. I have to think.
I've stolen the notes. I'm reading the podcast.
He's okay, guys. I have
Michelle,
notes.
where would you want to go? What time period would you want to go to?
Okay, this is so big because there's so many options because, okay, guys, I'm taking a history of fashion course and I love it. And definitely not the 1900s, definitely not the 20s. I think I'd go back to like the 70s or 80s.
That's a good one.
Because like, I just think music was I was going to say fabulous and fantastic didn't work.
Fantabulous.
Thank you. Fantabulous.
Both. Run it both up.
Boom. And I think I'll do that because fashion, bomb, right? 70s, come on. And then...
I don't know what they look like. I'll look up a picture after this.
70s and 80s, I'll do. And then the music, because music was gas.
Living conditions, keep that in mind. No, we're past the 50s.
No.
I want to be able to, like, go to the bathroom in a toilet bowl and have it flush and not have to go into the bathroom in a bucket and throw it into the streets. And then, like, did you know? Oh my gosh, what? It was this one city, like, way back in the day before plumbing was a thing. And they had this, like, huge river going through the middle of the city. It might have been Venice, actually.
No. I know what you're talking about. I don't think it was Venice.
But, like, so they, like, basically just, like, threw all their poop into the river. And the river, like, swept it away. But then, like, one winter, it got so cold that the river froze over.
Did you see all the poop?
And there was a huge E. coli outbreak, like, afterwards. Because the poop didn't flow away with the river, so it just kind of stayed there and got frozen.
And then that's their water.
Like, they just, like, kept throwing poop on the frozen river.
No.
And then that, like, became an issue. Because it got overloaded with poop.
Oh, my gosh.
Anyways, so that's why... What is it? Social rules of the time?
Like, no, because I wouldn't go back to the, like, 1900s. I'm not doing anything. I'm in the kitchen.
I mean, I feel like that's, like, any time before the 1900s.
Well, right. There. I know. So I wouldn't go back there. I don't want to go back there.
I'll say it. Old peeper.
Old peeper?
Old peeper.
Old peeper.
Old people. Kind of cringe. Okay, Michelle, last question of the podcast. If you could bring one person with you, who would it be and why?
Oh. I love how I wrote the question. I'm like, oh. Okay, Dillon, you go first.
Okay, so I think mine isn't the generic answer, and I'm sorry. Your second pick.
That's
Your
fine.
second
That's
place.
fine. I don't think I would have chosen.
So I'm not sure if everybody knows this meme, but it's the meme where it's like, would you rather have dinner with Jay-Z or like $1 billion?
Are you picking $1 million to bring with you?
I'm picking Jay-Z to bring with me.
Why?
Because think about all the questions I could ask him and the experiences I could get from that week of living with Jay-Z in the 1990s.
You know, that's okay. Listen, I was thinking one of my amazing, awesome friends.
Oh, I guess I could do that.
You know? Or else I'd pick like Julie Andrews.
Oh my gosh, you know that guy from like Sweden who's like the strongest guy in the world? He's just like massive.
No.
Well, there's this guy. He's like 6'10", like he's huge. Not 6'10". That's a little too much.
Okay.
Like 6'6". He's massive, and I feel like everybody back then would be like tall. Like now is like 6 foot.
Right.
I think tall back then was like 5'9". So bringing this like massive 6'6" guy around some 5'6" dude just like on the street, and seeing them like run around the streets terrified because like some giant has like come to raid their village would be the funniest thing to ever exist.
You know what I'd bring? I'm gonna take it back. You know what I would bring to a Victorian child? The card game Magic, and I'm like, these are real.
These are real.
So if you guys don't know what the card game Magic is, it's like mythical creatures, and you like use them in a card game. And I'd be like, these are real.
You know those,
and they're coming for you.
You know those memes where it's like the like crappy photoshopped picture of like a goblin, and they're like, guys, like gnomes are real, like goblins are real.
No.
I would like Photoshop some like old Victorian pictures of like some goblins like running around the streets, and I'd be like, dude, look at this. Like, I like put it in the papers. I put it in the press. Because they didn't have, like, Photoshop during that time.
No, they didn't.
So if I got, like, a realistic-looking picture of a goblin, I say, guys, like, this is, like, in, the sewers of London. Like, it's gonna come and get you. Like, they have no way to fact check me.
Oh, no, that's Australian.
Oh, no! We're gonna have to go into the sewers. And, like, they'd have all, like, the constables and the down to, right? That's what they're called, the Abbey. I'd have them roaming the sewers.
Abbey is where the nuns live in Sound of Music. That's where Maria gets kicked out of, is the Abbey.
I only know the Over the Hill to the Sound of Music. Is that the song?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing I know from the movie. And that one scene where, like, the Jewish girl is, like, right? No, she's not Jewish.
No. What
I
are
don't
you
remember
talking
anything
about
this movie. I just remember they had to flee Germany because of the Nazis.
Because the dad was an army general for like the dad was a Nazi, but then he was like, oh crap, I don't want to be a part of that, so he's like, I gotta go, because he's like, honestly, no, because when like, I think what happened, he was not like Hitler, like
he was not a Hitler fan.
No. So he didn't want to become, and then Rolf, like the girl's boyfriend.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
He was like, yeah.
Yeah, he was a Hitler stan.
It could be a good podcast episode is we like talk about movies and we try to like recap them in the most like.
Oh, I would win.
Okay. Well, anyway, guys.
That was our podcast.
Thank you for coming along for the ride with us on this journey of us talking about going back in time and changing topics and I
feel like I could like ruin this idea of a Victorian child in like the span of like 30 seconds. Like any loud noise that I can make from somewhere that's not my body, he would go bananas.
I think he'd go nuts.
Like if I had just like a tape recorder that's of me talking and just like put it behind him, like what would he do?
Right, exactly.
He would I think he would like be put into an institution. That's my final take.
That's the final take.
That's my advice, guest advice. If given the chance of meeting a Victorian child there's a new podcast segment called the Fan Advice.
Guest advice.
I came up with it just now.
I'm so excited for this.
If you ever have the chance to travel back in time to the Victorian era, bring some snacks with you and give them to like all the children there and just see what they do. That's my advice. Here you go.
Thank you. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode. If you followed along in our journey, that's amazing.
Guys, if you made it this far, comment in the comments.
Victorian child. What? Hey, comment down
Comment
below
you would
what
give a Victorian child
to make them kind of go
to make them
bananas.
to make them start screaming and curl up into a ball in the fetal position.
All right.
So comment that, guys.
Comment that, guys. Love you.